Oh shoot, they already released the first special run. Where have I been? Ooh, she's a paint. She's a paint. Oh my god. Round two. Yep, you heard it. To the 40 people who watched this series and the 500 plus who saw the shorts, we're doing this series again. Hello everyone and welcome back or welcome to Morgan Mayer Studios. Breyer released the first special run for this year's BreyerFest, and I saw a paint with blue eyes. And I saw not just any paint, like a fancy paint, and I saw it on a cute mold, and I said yes. If you guys know anything about me at all, you know that I love drawing paints. When I do commissions at horse shows, I literally walk the aisle and I look for people who I have paints and I bombard them first. I'm like, you have a pretty horse and it has a fun coat and I like drawing paints. Can I please draw your horse? Please, I'll give you a discount. I don't care if I make it to BreyerFest this summer in person or not. It's a cute model. I'm bored with nothing to do. I can hear my sketch pad calling my name from across the room. It's luring me in. This is why I wouldn't survive in a horror movie, because it does not take that much to get me to give in sometimes, especially something like this. If a demon or a monster or whatever puts a troubadour on a bed or food or the pen and gear pencils that I can never find anymore, for some reason, I'm gone. I'm cooked. I'd last a solid 30 seconds, but granted, my survival skills are not it anyways. If I were in the purge, I'd probably just be sitting on the floor in a corner in the fetal position, crying my eyes out until it was over, and I'd be calling all my friends or something come over so I don't die alone. I need someone to cry with. I also wouldn't survive trying to sneak out of a haunted house because I'd stub my toe and then scream, and then I'd get murked. Sometimes mentally I feel like I'm a combination of Argyle, Stitch, Pepe, Toothless, and maybe a little bit of Animal because I have chaos energy. Okay, I'm rambling, I'm sorry. The gal I'm drawing today is Let's Get This Party Started. Breyer's back at it again with the long names on the Connemara mare. I feel like Anyways, I feel like this mold has a name other than Connemara mare, but I can't remember it for anything. Connemara mare. That's like a tongue twister for me. Oh my gosh. I also got a new sketch pad, a chunky one. Go big or go home for the first piece in the series, guys. And I also forgot to put out my little, my decorations, my flowers, and my stickers. I wasn't on top of it, but that's okay. Once again, I'm rambling, but right now I'm working on the sketch. For this horse, she has party in her name, so I wanted, I need energy here. She's partying, guys. So I decided to do her rearing up and kicking out her front feet, getting that head shape, the Connemara mare, Connie. I'm just gonna start referring to her as Connie. Yeah, Connie. I like Connie. Anyway, she has a triangular head, she's a little pony. She has a super thick neck, and she has that beautiful big shoulder. And she also has a little bit of very subtle feathering around her hooves, so I made sure to include that. Now I'm cleaning up my sketch a little bit, and I'm going to start getting her markings in, making sure that I follow the lines on the actual model exactly so I can bring the model to life on this piece of paper. And I've been talking for a while now, so I'm going to pop in every now and then to explain my process, but for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, let's get this party started. No pun intended. Actually, no, there was totally a pun intended. That's a lie. First, before I do anything, I start with mapping out some of the basic details. I start with her nostril, and I start with her eye. I say this in every drawing video I make, and I'm going to say it again. If you don't do the eye right, and if you don't capture the spirit of the horse and the personality of the horse in the eye, the whole thing is ruined. The eye is the most important part because the eyes are the mirror to the soul. For her eye, I needed to make sure that it was relaxed. Relaxed isn't exactly the right word, but relaxed is the closest thing that I've got here. There aren't enough words in the English language sometimes. But I didn't want her to look too scared, or I didn't want her to look fierce. I wanted her eye to look calm, but I wanted to look like she's having fun. I wanted to make sure that she looks like that she's just having a good time and that she's not scared or upset or enraged or anything like that. And now I'm just beginning to shade in her black markings. The original model did not have mapping, but I decided to add mapping on this drawing just because I felt like it and it looked pretty. As I am shading in the black markings, as you can see here, I start out with more of a light gray that you would see me do for a base color for a bay, and then I go back in on top of it and make it a lot darker to really make sure that I bring out the shadows, because sometimes for blacks it's easy to kind of make the whole, like the horse, a little too dark, and then you kind of lose some of those fine details. That's important, write that down. And right here, I'm beginning to blur together the fur to make like at least a little bit of shading for her white bits, and then I'm going to go back in with my handy dandy multiple eraser, and I'm going to bring out some of the muscle detailing. Now the fun part of her face, in my opinion, adding some adorable little pinking to her nose, I just shade in around her muscles, and then I go in with my finger and then I blend that to make it look slightly darker than the rest, and then I bring that nostril out a little bit more because it kind of got lost in space from my fat fingers rubbing everything in. And now I go with my eraser pencil and I clean up around it. I made a mess. I need to make like a little broom to sweep the eraser shavings. Same routine here for the little patch on her neck, except I make it slightly darker. Now that I'm starting in on her leg here, well, starting in is an overstatement. I've been here for a while. Once again, same routine, make it lighter, much lighter than I intend to, so that way I can really bring out some of those details and make some of those details pop out. Oh, and I gotta make sure to make extra details on that floof on the back of her leg there. By taking my pencil, I'm saying this after I did, but you can rewind if you want to, by taking my pencil and doing like swoosh sweeps and making sure that it tapers off in the end to look like hair. Swoosh, swish, swoosh, swoosh. I like saying that. I'm a child. Here are the swooshes again for the second time. Both of her legs also took forever and a day. I don't know why they took so long, but they did. Perks of being an artist. Alright, we're really starting to make some progress here, and now I am on her belly. For where her leg that is to the off side of the drawing connects up to her belly, I looked very closely at the mold and how her belly, it kind of comes up and then it kind of feeds into her leg. If that makes sense, that is the best way that I can explain it. I'm visual. I'm very visual. It's easy to tell that I'm visual. I'm not the best at explaining things sometimes, but I try. She also has this little spot here, which I am starting in on now, making sure that I put dark points in the right spots, putting dark points where muscles would actually be. I indeed did forget to record me shading in her back. It does. Whoops, sorry. Alright, now the very easy but actually extremely hard part, shading in the white bits. Drawing white on a horse is very, very particular because you need to make sure that you don't make it too dark, but you have to shade in around the white, otherwise it'll just look like this void of death, like a black hole but white. So here I'm shading in around the muscles, and then I'm going to go back in with eraser and erase the gaps where the muscles would be, like the raised bits of the muscles. I repeat this process everywhere where there is white on her. I did the same routine for the face. This video is sped up, but now it's like super sped up because I am doing the hair by hair detail, and this video would be way too long if I sped it up in Q-Cut, so I did a time lapse of this. So it's kind of hard to see. The most Bob Ross part of the drawing is doing all the hair by hair detail. What I'm doing for this is I'm just going in and I'm doing tiny little marks in the direction that the fur goes for some extra detailing, and it really makes like that shading, everything. It's a very nice detail. It makes your drawing come alive. I didn't record the mane either, I'm sorry. But here she is. I am so proud of how she turned out. She just turned out delicious. She turned out beautiful. I love how this drawing turned out, and I hope that you guys love her too. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye!